Good morning, everyone. Straight in. Inwells, thank you for that subscription. What's that? Is that your first sub? I thought that would be like in a row. Thank you so much for that subscription. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Avery. Good morning, Inwells, KKRP, all of you guys, and of course Bora intro. Bora. So, oh, wow, it's too early for that voice. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Watching D&D is the best way to start the day. It's the only way to start the day, isn't it? It's the only way I know. That's why it's just my first one. No, I didn't mean to call you out. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you. I don't know. I feel like I felt like you was already a subscriber. I just felt like you were already like there. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. Okay, so guys, let's go through our stuff. These are our social links. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, get in there. It's a really nice place to be. We've got really friendly environment in there, and everyone helps each other out. Twitter, if you're not already on Twitter, what are you doing? It's the home of D&D. Like, there's so much D&D content on Twitter, so much good community there as well. Get on Twitter, and then send me a DM, and I'll get you a game. Easy. And lastly, YouTube, where I am updating everything. I think I'll probably update everything tomorrow now. I'll update the last weeks. I'll do it in one great big bulk. I'll just slap them all down, and they'll all be there. I also have a Patreon, which is there. If you guys want to support me for as little as $1, it'd be very much appreciated. Slightly cheaper than the Twitch subscription, and I get more of the profits. So if you want to support me on Patreon, very welcome. Also, merch. I have merch. I'm using my playbook today. I'm using my Scraticus Academy playbook where I've written down my one-shot notes. So that's fun. As you can see, these are classic Scrat notes where the notes are very empty. I've got like a start and that's about it. Classic Scrat. And also tweet. If you guys wouldn't mind going and retweeting this tweet for us, that would be very appreciated. Let's get lots of people in here on this early Saturday morning and figure out what D&D we are playing today. But I think that's everything from me. Yeah. So let's go and get our players for today. As I find the correct thing and I say, hello guys, you are now live.
Hello everyone.
Hello. So we'll go around the clock today. I got the guys to build this world through a series of questions. So as we go around, I'd like you not only to introduce your characters, but also tell me one thing about the world, so that the viewers are on the same page as we are going into the one shot. So I'm going to go round the clock, as you can see it on the stream, if you can see that on the stream. So we are going to start with at TMRBJJ. Good morning.
Good morning. And what everyone is. So I'm playing Hob Jarek, the half-orc fighter. And let's see, one thing about the world.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot how I spelled that. Let's see. It's called Lashare, I think, is how you pronounce it.
Lashare.
Lashare. Yep. I was the one who came up with that, and I didn't even remember what it was. I'm gonna use the excuse that it's super early here.
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly legitimate. So how about a little bit more about Hob? Who is he? What?
He's a half-orc fighter. Stands about 7 feet tall. Tends to wear nice fancy cloaks and very, very fine hats with feathers in them. Mm-hmm. If you ever seen Disney Three Musketeers, just think about that. And you can see nice big old long sword just strapped across his back, a couple hand axes and things like that, and just kind of looking around. He also has a small doll tucked into the waistband of his belt, just like this little small straw doll.
Okay, fantastic. So next around the clock, we welcome Lord Conti, Bora.
Bora!
I tried doing it on the intro, and my voice just isn't there. But Bora! Anyway, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
I am Lord Conti. Today I'll be playing Froyo Goldenleaf, a halfling who is very strange but very jolly, all at the same time. He comes from a riverboat, which he was born, and he's trying to find again one day.
And one thing about the world?
It's littered with rivers that go to many places.
Okay, rivers everywhere. Got it. Got it. Are all of the rivers water?
No.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Loaded question. Got the right answer. So next around we have Stop That Old Woman. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so my character is Salmonella, who's a beautiful half-orc barbarian who wishes that she were dainty enough to be in the royal ballet. Alas, she is not. And so she spends her days, of course, doing her barbarian things, but finding ways to appreciate nature and beauty in the world, and greatly seeks out opportunities for her to stretch her toes and try to pirouette and things like that, just in her normal life. So this is a world where you do have things like that, like a ballet and things like that. There's culture like that.
Culture. Okay, so this is a cultured world. So we've got rivers everywhere. It's called Lachey. And cultured. Cultured community. I like that. Next around the clock, we have that Scarlet Moth. Good morning.
Good morning / good evening. I will be playing Verity, the tiefling bard, who is in the College of Whispers. She has grown up on the streets, quite sheltered with the help of her mentor, who is the one who taught her everything she knows. She's innocent and childlike, but under the surface is something a bit darker and a bit more scheming. Though that's not exactly what she wants. She would prefer to use her particular brand of skills for less nefarious purposes, and also find out what her mentor truly is. And the city that she lives in Lachey, is a sprawling city with lots of ports housing boats that depart along the various stretches of the river, but also has a vast underground network.
Underground as in criminal, or underground as in transport or sewerage or any? Right. Okay. Just underground networks of underground stuff. Got it.
Yes.
Excellent.
Tunnels, but lots of secret deals that happen down there too.
Perfect. And so, last but most certainly not least, we welcome Steel Bonds to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Today I will be playing Kali de la Croix, which means Kali of the Cross. She is a human. She's a ginger. So one would think she has no soul, but she has sold it for knowledge. So, and in a cruel twist of events, and by dealing with a fiend, instead of giving her a book that she can do magic with, it gave her a blade, because I did exactly as you asked, even though it is a blade, and you are not a fighter. So, enjoy. And yeah, she was basically kicked out of the wizard tower she was studying because she dabbled in forbidden magic, as warlocks are rather unappreciated in this high fantasy, high magic, wizards, sorcerers, druids, clerics, paladins everywhere. It is very much magic-fueled society.
Very, very magical. Awesome. So we've got a lot of magic. We've got some potential tie-ins there to underground networks, and also people who have been in prison, which leads to all sorts of possible connections. So as the camera pans through the marketplace, where does it go to find you all? Are you together? Are you separate? And I'll let you take the table as you feel comfortable.
Verity has drawn quite a crowd in the marketplace as she's swishing her tail back and forth and showing off to the gathered masses as she's playing her viol and switching the strings between her hand and her tail and showing off and performing, but is secretly or trying to subtly watch what's happening.
Okay, fantastic. Is
So
anyone else nearby? Yeah.
Hob is he's probably kind of like the edge of that crowd, probably talking to a vendor about buying some new fancy hat, and like half paying attention to the vendor and really more focused on what Verity's doing because it's very impressive to him. So
Okay, we'll add a little bit of music, and I feel like you should be playing something. There we go. Doesn't quite sound like a viol, but close.
She's playing very much something which is reminiscent of kind of tavern music.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
That works.
very the Shire from Lord of the Rings.
Happy days. Perfect. So is anyone else close by? Hobbs watching Verity. Verity's watching everyone while she performs. Is anyone else nearby, or do we need to move the camera around to find the rest of you?
Froyo, hearing the music, will be nearby and probably dancing.
Fantastic. Well, there is a tavern nearby if you would like to be dancing with a mug of ale in hand.
No. He's out looking for work. He has to be sober.
Salmonella is definitely nearby, especially if there's music, and she's probably kind of trying to look smaller as she like makes a little flower crown and tapping her foot to the music.
Kali is in prison. All her belongings except armor and money pouch and a single blade that seems to not want to leave her own side is allowed to stay with her in prison, and she seems bored and is playing with her little imp that she calls as a familiar. And she's waiting for someone because she knows how dreadful the world is. And she's expecting someone to need her or know of her and send her into some sort of mission, be it suicidal or not, in exchange to free her, of course.
Okay. Perfect. So, as the rest of you are in this town square sort of dancing and stuff, perhaps you've been expecting a signaling from someone as you've been summoned to this city, perhaps for work, or you're looking out for strange goings-on. You see a hooded figure pull up in a small punt boat. I've forgotten what they're called. You know, the old...
Gondolas.
Gondola?
Thank
Yeah.
you. There we go. A gondola pulls up, and the hooded figure looks at each of you and nods.
Verity will throw the bow of her violin up into the air and catch it and bow before, as the crowd is distracted by that action, sort of disappears back into the crowd.
Okay, so not making yourself known to the hooded figure?
She's going to start to make her way over, but is making herself less conspicuous now.
Okay.
well, lacking all the subtlety of Verity and being the fact that he's 7 feet tall, Hobbs just going to start walking right over there. So
Perfect. Okay.
Salmonella will do the same. She'll just start approaching him. She'll probably pass that flower crown off to a child in the crowd as she walks away from the merriment.
Mhm. Okay, you'll hear a little squeal of things.
Oh, being the perceptive halfling he is, he'll go over.
So the figure just like slowly gestures their arm at the empty seats on the boat, like drapes hanging from the robe it wears, gesturing for you to take a seat.
Is there anything
For-
on the road?
Froyo will probably just, all lightheartedly and big chest, step onto the boat. Used to this kind of thing.
Verity, would you like to make a perception check for looking inside the robe?
Yes, please. This is gonna end badly already. Oh, or not.
Oh, 20, okay. So you can see there is an old man inside the cloak. He keeps his face veiled. He is covered in like pustules and affliction.
She'll just sort of nod and look around at the rest of her, I suppose, boat companions, and will nod to Salmonella and say, "After you, my dear."
Salmonella will step into the boat very cautiously because this is not something she's used to seeing, but there seems to be a whole bunch of other people here who seem to be okay with this, so she'll cautiously advance.
And then Hob will step into the boat, kind of brush the rim of his hat, and then reach over to his left shoulder and kind of adjust his cape more over his left shoulder, hiding that side, and then step onto the boat and have a seat.
Okay. So the old hooded figure pushes the gondola away. He has surprising wiry strength to him considering his age and possible condition. He steers the boat to the left, and it quickly goes down a long chute, and you are suddenly underground. It's not so pretty down here. This is almost certainly some kind of sewer. And the sounds of the town fade away, and soon you are going through these dark tunnels as water drips from above.
She will prestidigitate the quite nasty smell away and replace it with the smell of fresh flowers and not sewage.
Like every 6 seconds, just prestidigitating the cloud in front of you.
just when it becomes particularly nauseating, it's just like, oh.
You have a moment to discuss if you'd like to in front of the old man. He can hear you.
So.
So excuse me, good sir. Go ahead.
I have just pleasure to make your acquaintance. What are your names? I'm Verity. Lovely to meet you.
Hello, Verity. I am Hob.
Hello, everyone. I am Froyo Goldenleaf of the Bag Ends. Have you ever heard of it? Anyone?
No,
Can't say I have.
I don't know any of you, and I don't know him. What just happened?
We're going on an adventure. Obviously.
I'd be delighted to know more.
I'd be more than delighted.
Sometimes discovery is the adventure. We'll find out more once we get there.
I'd say not being killed is the adventure, but
I am a fan of not being killed.
glad
I believe
honesty.
everyone's a fan of not being killed.
Soon the gondola is approaching a door in the sewage. You can hear, Callie, you can hear outside your room the sounds of water sloshing as though a boat is approaching. And soon you can hear the jangling of locks as the old robed figure steps off the gondola, tying it to the dock, takes an old rusty key from his robe, turns it in the lock and opens the cell containing an imp, a human woman with a small blade.
She nods to the individual. She grabs the blade and sheathes it, and expecting him to have stashed the rest of her belonging into the gondola, she goes to pick her backpack up.
It's actually just outside the door.
She picks it up, she wears it, and gets into the gondola and pulls out a small book. As the imp just goes like, just sits.
Right. We have to deal with a fiend. And I thought that one fiend was enough for such a small boat.
How cute.
Oh, don't call me cute, dear.
And in Infernal, she will say, "Do not underestimate me."
Verity will reply back, you do well to heed your own advice. Wizard playing pretend.
Ah, yes. Adorable.
She'll wink.
Kali will not. In acknowledgement.
I lean over to Samuel and go, "Do you know what's going on here?"
No.
Suddenly, these two figures are talking in like tongues. Like,
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
Mhm.
Salmonella will lean back over to Hob and just be like, should we kill them?
I can hear you.
I can also hear you, and my imp can hear you.
Not you two. In general. Everyone.
Yes.
As far as I am concerned and I remember, mass murder is a crime.
I mean,
It's only a crime if you get caught.
I'm not opposed to killing the general idea of them, if we want to get philosophical.
We were up there. Now we're down here.
Ah, yes, the underbelly of the beast. How wonderful.
the old man stoops down, still on the dock, whilst the rest of you are you all on the gondola now? He pulls some chalk from his pocket that glows green and orange. He stoops down and starts drawing a circle around himself. In that circle, he draws a pentagram.
Excuse me, are we getting a ride back?
I look at the circle. Do I recognize what this is for?
This is some sort of teleportation or summoning circle.
I look at him and say, "At least give us our directive before you go."
The master will be with you shortly.
Well, that's reassuring.
All right. Much obliged.
He drops the chalk, and as the chalk hits the floor, the robes drop.
Huh. Well, that is interesting.
I'm gonna take the robes.
I'm gonna see if there is any chalk
it-
left.
Good idea. An apocalypse cloak is always good to have on hand.
I'm gonna see if there is any chalk left.
There is some chalk left, yes.
Is it still glowing?
It is.
I'm going to pick it up and examine it for its arcane properties.
Certainly. Would you like to make me some kind of roll or check?
Arcana?
Yeah, why not?
Did it not compute? It didn't roll it?
I'm
Give
not
me a moment.
seeing it on Roll20 yet.
Roll20 has been a bit slow recently.
I've heard.
Oh, I think I know why. Give me a moment. Because apparently it doesn't work if you use the pop-up window. doesn't.
Yes. Yes,
It
yes.
doesn't like that.
I have no idea why. That's a common one, though.
It still doesn't like that. Wait. Give me a moment.
Okay, whilst you figure that out, I'll tell you what, we'll go across to Verity, who's picking up the robe.
Yes. It's just going to look at Freyo and say, "Well, Mr. Freyo, if you want to disguise, you can always stand on my shoulders. I'm sure this will."
Are you
You've never heard of the-
investigating it at all, or?
She'll investigate it, but it's also just
I mean, like, before you touch it, are you just picking it up?
Yeah.
Like,
She's just picking it up.
oh, okay, so it is sort of slimy to the touch.
Throws it backwards into the boat.
You have like a slight fouling on
Ah.
your fingers of maybe, is that grease? Is that some sort of other fluid?
I'm
Just,
going to manually roll it because everything is broken apparently.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
Salmonella will like pull like a handkerchief out of her pocket and hand it to Verity so she can wipe her hands on it.
Oh, thank you, dear. How kind. I'm just going to wipe it and then prestidigitate the handkerchief clean and present it back to Salmonella.
She'll just put it right back in her pocket.
That is my roll.
There we go. So on a 19, Callie, you can pick up this chalk. You can see the green and orange. They're just basically parlor tricks. This is a chalk that's been made to look more magical than it is. All of the magic comes from the symbol in the caster.
Okay, you see Kali take the actual chalk
Mhm.
and just flip it like a coin and say, "Yeah, it was a caster. It isn't a goddamn chalk." And just like flips it up and tries to get it like shoved into the water. She cares not for such tricks.
Okay. The chalk disturbs the water. There's, some ripples there that go across the waves. And then a man appears. He steps out from the shadows. He wears a cape rather than a robe. And he has a mask covering part of his face. This is almost certainly a bull mask. An enclipped tongue. Good morning, adventurers. Today you should be serving me.
And who might you be, if I might ask? I am Froyo Goldenleaf. That helps.
Kenneth de la
Things-
Grande.
I'm expecting chandeliers to rise up out of the water at any moment.
Kenneth de la Grande?
Kenneth de la Grande.
Kenneth de la Grande.
I have reason to suspect the underground network of wishing to invade my little soiree this evening in the Grand Hall.
Then you've come to the right halfling.
I knew I could rely on you for some sort of protection.
Well, if there is magic involved, I should be able to see it out, even in darkness.
Excellent. I suspect that during the great show tonight, we have the Royal Ballet in to do us a great show in the Grand Hall, and I believe that whilst we are all distracted, the underground network, the infamous Don Conolio, will be trying to steal from my vault. I have left the vault open. I would like to try and catch him rather than stop him. And I would like you to spring my trap.
So we are the ones that will entice him to enter or force him to enter, so you can close the vault and keep him there, and show him off as like, hey, I'm so grand, I got a grand thief as part of my collection.
You see through my plan very quickly. Callie,
Well, you know exactly who I am and my history. You have enough power to get me out of jail without being considered an escapee. So I expect some grandiose plan to be just for selfish reasons.
Well, now, Callie, I'm searching my memory of you. I'm sure there is no jail time, is there?
Exactly.
And the rest of you, I have gold, magical items. Everything here is above board.
So that's why you summoned 5 strangers to help you with some scheme while you're off at your opera.
Indeed.
And you don't want us to kill him.
Well, I mean, it would be a great shame if he was to die, but as long as he is captured one way or another.
Publicly humiliated? Is that out of the question?
Now that is definitely a good option. I do like a bit of public humiliation for my enemies.
Can you tell us more about this Don Cannoli?
Indeed, Don Juanillo. He is, They say that crime does not pay. It is a lie. He is filthily rich. He owns most of the clubs in the town, and he is beginning to threaten my own power, as his men now number enough to rival the guards. I fear that we are heading towards a public civil rivalry, where the gangs decide to try and overthrow the guards, and a magical war of such a grand scale would be most damaging to both the city, the arts, and the people.
Ah, yes, well, we must protect the arts.
And highly unprofitable in many, many ways.
Well, yes and no. I find you can always make a profit. But I
Yes.
fear that he is more likely to make a profit out of war than I.
Yes, but by the same merit, a lot of the infrastructure is going to be damaged in order to prevent one to get to the other. Meaning you will need to spend all the profits to just rebuild, if you can't do it with just a profit.
You have a fantastic grasp of the situation.
Yeah, well, I'm a studious individual.
You have to be studying something in the walls of a jail cell. How long were you in there?
Correct me if I'm wrong, my memory says I was never in prison.
Yeah, that's how I recall it.
Then you have a very strange bedroom.
Well, let's just say people do not appreciate knowledge in its fullest.
Oh, I understand, dear. You need to keep your indiscretions quiet.
Eh,
I'll keep your secrets. You can't be the only one in town who has a private dungeon.
please do keep the secrets, because maybe a flying messenger is going to slit your throat at night.
I'd like to see him try. She's going to smack him on the ass with her tail.
Imp,
Smack her on the ass.
Imp, as soon as you do that, just goes invisible and waits.
Come now, everybody. Come now. We're supposed to be working together, not against each other.
Oh, I'm just having a bit of playful fun.
Yes. It's been very much that. It has been very, very long since I had a bit of fun.
Salmonella is going to lean forward, not quite understanding what's transpiring between these two. It seems like it's a little beyond her. And she's just going to be like, not killing people, right?
Not killing people.
Not killing people.
I think they said we could kill them a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little killing.
Well, my friends, I will leave it to you. I am going to return to the Grand Hall. I shall see you later. And he takes his cloak, he swishes it across himself, and without moving his feet, he slides into the shadows.
Interesting.
Damn phantoms.
That was an interesting trick.
I saw a bard do that once. It's called the moonwalk.
Yeah. It is really famous in some of the capitals.
So, who's going to paddle?
Froyo jumps up and hops across the gondola expertfully, even though it seems quite dangerous for everyone else. grabs the paddle and pushes off. I've been aboard boats all my life. I can pilot this dinky craft.
Oh, fantastic.
And he paddles
Well.
us back out into the fresh air.
Okay, yeah, soon the sounds of the town return. You're paddling uphill now. But soon the sounds of the town return and you can return to the streets.
Well, where should we start?
Well, we should get to our location that we must go to, because we are to bring them there. So we need to know where there is.
Would Verity know anything about this Kenneth?
Oh, possible. What are you trying to find out? What are you trying to recall?
I'm trying to recall maybe his position of power within the city, where if he has an estate where it might be, where we might be able to gather more information on how to proceed.
Yes.
And maybe some information about him.
Okay, maybe what sort of check would you like to make for that?
Either history or insight.
Up to you.
I'll go insight.
On insight, he appears to be a powerful figure. Almost certainly, maybe not the leader or mayor or king, but almost certainly their advisor. He has a lot of authority, but perhaps not so much of the responsibility. Using your insight as well, you can tell that maybe not always his methods are 100% lawful good, shall we say, but perhaps he has the best interest of the city at heart.
Would Kali know where she needs to go in order to obtain the information of where this grand ball of really expensive stuff is being held at?
I would say you would probably know that already, I think. As you well, maybe not Callie, but everyone else would know that there's a big ballroom thing being thrown today at the Great Hall. The Great Hall that he was mentioning, it is the name of a place. It is the Great Hall. It's not just a Great Hall. It's the Great Hall.
I mean, I don't know that, so...
Yeah, you've not been in prison, so it's...
Yes.
Well,
So-
I happen to know the city like the back of my hand,
Okay.
which is rather pretty.
Do you know where this Great Hall thing is?
Yes, I believe it's in the center of the city, just close to the upper district.
Now, did our messenger say that the Great Hall ball that is going to be held is a distraction, so the thief is going to go to the estate of the individual in question?
I believe we need to find out where our patron's vault is.
Yes.
He didn't actually tell us.
I mean, I assume it is in the estate of said individual.
Why don't we go ask our patron then? He should be. Miss Verity seems to know her way around, and you should know where he lives. Am I correct?
Fantastic idea, Mr. Froyo.
Then can we paddle there, or do we have to walk?
We can paddle some of the way, but then we'd have to walk. I believe there are a good few taverns along the way, though, so we could either get some information or get absolutely sloshed. I'm up for either.
Nah, I'm on the job. No getting sloshed.
I think I work
Speak for
better with it
yourself,
sometimes.
little one.
No getting sloshed yet is the correct answer.
I like the way you think. Miss Salmonella, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
She's just going to be kind of watching the banter back and forth between you two and really wishing that intelligence was not her dump stat. but unfortunately it is. So she's just going to kind of agree with you guys that this is weird and we should find the vault for the people we can't kill. Okay.
So, what would you like to do? You
I
have.
think
We start... Oh, after you, Mr. Froyo.
so. Our plan is: do we want to stop for information or no?
I say we start an hour. Definitely not a pub crawl. Definitely just an information crawl.
Okay. So you can indeed
pub.
see many bars and pubs on the way. Do you pop into anyone you see? Everyone you see?
Most of the ones we see.
Most.
Most, but maybe barring the less reputable ones.
Of course, of course.
Wouldn't we want to go to the less reputable ones?
Maybe one disreputable one.
So the first bar that you go into, it's basically an outside bar. The sounds really don't change at all because I've not found them yet. People there's a sort of slight hubbub as people are talking and stuff, but there's not. You can certainly get some drinks here, but the barman is almost sort of void of information. He's very professional. He's more of a maitre d' running around serving than likely to be able to stop and give you information. Would you like to take some drinks?
Why not?
A bottle of common wine.
Bottle of common wine. He takes this. He has. Okay, that is one bottle of common wine. Looks at the rest of you. Beer.
I'll take your most expensive. No. I'll take just an ale, please.
Most expensive. I mean, now I have this fine bottle. He suddenly leans over the bar. He's like, I found this fine bottle of schnapps, 20 years old. For 20 gold pieces, I will give you a shot, and I will set it on fire, as it will set your life on fire.
Tempting. What about that one up there? And she's going to point to one of the high up shelves.
Aha. You wish to drink the widow's tears. He pulls down a black
As he's
bottle.
turned around, she's going to search his pockets.
Oh, okay. Do you want to give me a sleight of hand or a stealth? Oh, and thank you to Archmage Derek, who donates to give everyone advantage.
I might need that, but I actually have expertise in sleight of hand, but I didn't take it.
I mean, it's just 2 more, so
Yeah, you can have that on. That's no problem.
But I'll
still low.
just re-roll that. Oh, it's even worse. Okay.
Hey. So as he's turning and get his hand on the Black Widow's tears, his hand just clamps on your fingers.
And she's just like, you have a most marvelous derriere, sir.
You realize that assault in such a sense is against the law in this town.
I
would
do.
hate to have to turn you in.
I'm so.
Salmonella's
I'm so
gonna-
sorry.
Salmonella's gonna lean forward and be like, "Salt's illegal." Salt?
And he looks across at someone and he's like, I am sorry for your friend. Now, perhaps we can come to some arrangement where I will not have to turn you in.
Well, she's going to gesture the barman aside for a moment.
Mhm.
You could be of some help to me. We are seeking information on the whereabouts of an estate for a patron of ours. And should you turn us in, then I would have to report in kind to my mistress, who Oh, I'm sure you know of her. I'm sure you do.
I think this can be resolved easily. Easily.
You've heard of the furry-eared fiend, haven't you?
Oh, your pretty words. No, 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 no. For a moment, let me. I will give you your drinks. I will give you some information. I will overlook the fact that you tried to fondle me in public, you crude woman, you. And then tonight we shall go out to dinner.
I'm sorry, it must be the fiend blood.
I think it can all be resolved with a nice candlelit dinner this evening. Perhaps 9 p.m.?
All of us or just me?
Just me and you.
Sounds wonderful.
GM, I have a question.
Of course.
So, when is this ball happening?
This evening.
This evening. So, Kali, did Kali hear any of that?
Verity, up to you. How far aside did you draw the barman?
Far enough aside to be inconspicuous, but they can hear if they want.
There you go.
Kali will just slowly slide in and say, how about you two have the dinner tomorrow? She has a work she needs to do today.
Oh. Well, I suppose I can do something. I tell you what then, tomorrow, but I will book somewhere nice. How is that?
She'll wink.
Does it look good when you wink, or is it sort of scary?
She looks very cute when she does it, but she sort of gives a second look, and her eyes are pitch black, so it is sort of scary.
Yeah.
I mean, Kali's eyes are like semi-slitted, like bright green because of her devil side, and she can't really turn it off. So it's always like glowing, almost.
Mm.
And the barman will be able to see that at the very least.
So he will give you some information. He will say, okay, the Grand Hall, it's a way away from here. If you really want information, you want to visit the Devil's Locker.
Well, sounds like my place.
Yes, the Devil's Locker. Surely there will be bandits in there who will have information.
Oh, but I need a strong, someone strong to be able to take care of me. I won't be able to go into such an awful place.
Kali slides away. Just like, whoop.
Well, I am on shift. I cannot take you now.
Oh, that's fine. Someone strong and capable.
Salmonella's like,
Kali stifles a chuckle at the hinting of all ages, and no one is responding. And she's just enjoying every single bit of Verity's torment.
Froyo just kind of looks over at Hub.
I don't get it.
I'll let my bodyguards take me.
Of course. Well, you have fun, and I look forward to tomorrow.
Thank you. What was your name?
Antonio.
I'll see you tomorrow, Antonio.
He gives you a devilish grin. And he walks
As in
away humming...
Actually devilish, or?
No, just devilishly, you know. And he walks away sort of, I got a black magic woman.
Devilish delight smile.
Thank you to Archmage Derek, who also donates so I can have an advantage. Tee-hee! So, if you're not familiar, guys, the way it works on this channel is good things, you get to choose when you use them. Bad things, I get to choose when you use them.
bad things for us, or?
So, did everyone get advantage?
You all have an advantage.
Okay.
Just gonna keep that for when I need it. Well, I believe we need to go to the Devil's Locker.
Tony appears. The Devil's Locker.
Lightning crackle somewhere.
The Devil's Locker.
Verity will thaumaturge some thunder.
Yeah. So what Kali does is she takes the common wine, and as they get out of the tavern, that they gather the information, instead of drinking it, she just like takes a very small swig, then lets it to the side, and you see it be like invisibly upped and just downed, and one could assume it's the imp getting fucking drunk.
Happy days. Happy days. We've got a. Oh no, it's invisible, isn't it? No.
Yeah, it is invisible.
For a second, I was hoping that you'd cast light on it, because then it'd be lit.
I do not have light. It is invisible and it's drinking, so there is just a bottle that is slowly going down.
Okay. So party.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess information.
Could you ask your little friend not to get too sloshed? He could be very useful in watching the vault.
Oh, don't worry. He is but a spirit. He cannot get drunk. He just enjoys it, really.
I mean, I've seen fiends get drunk before.
Well, it's not a fiend, it's a spirit. There's a difference.
A fiendish spirit.
Yes, in this case, yes.
A ferret, if you will.
That's a great name. He doesn't have a name, does he?
I mean, he does, but he's really shy, which is why
His
he
name's
keeps
Ferret now.
invisible on. No, he's not. No, his name is not Ferret.
Well, we don't know his name.
He's shy, and he will reveal it when he wants.
Oh, I understand. I've known those stage jitters before. What were you saying, Salmonella, darling?
Did that guy ask you out?
I think he did,
That happened.
yes.
After you felt him up?
I was really just trying to grab his wallet, but
But you felt him up, right?
yes,
Okay.
I won't deny. He had some goods. I'm not entirely displeased with how it turned out.
Okay.
It also didn't turn out with you in jail, so we
I'm
lucked
very
out on
glad
that.
for that. Yeah.
Okay.
If you ever need some advice, dear, I'm always happy to help.
Okay. In my experience, they don't like it when you touch them. And then, like, you know, because you're killing them usually, and you don't get a date out of it.
Well,
So, okay.
it depends how you touch him, dear. It's like you can just touch him and
She
squeeze
looks
them.
at her like glove-sized hands. Like,
Yeah. So
kinda like, I don't
when
know.
you touch them, you don't squeeze. You stroke.
Okay.
Now, really, men are not deserving of someone of your stature, but some pursue that. You should really be making the most of your, how to describe it, your impressive beauty.
She's just kind of look around very uncomfortably because she does not know what Verity did. She kind of assumes there's probably magic involved or something, because there's just no way in her world that you get a date after you like forcibly touch someone. So she's just gonna be like, okay.
That's not how I normally do it, dear. But it's
Do we need to go?
We should go.
Okay.
But as we're walking, she'll just say, I saw you making a flower crown in the market before. I thought that was very beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you hope for to do with your life? You're strong, of course, but that doesn't seem to be what you want.
Are we still in a tavern, or we've started to progress?
We
Wait,
have
sorry.
left.
Are we just like walking through town?
We're on a stroll.
Okay. So if we're like walking through town, she'll like kind of get some space, and as she's walking, she'll go through like the first 5 positions of ballet, just like going through each of them. Just kind of like, you can tell she's practiced this a lot.
Callie looks at Salmonella like, what? And pulls out a book and her pen, and there's like an ink vial that's just hovering around here. She's like, Salmonella, ballet, weird. Closes it, forgets it, puts it down, and
That's okay. She knows that people don't like her as like a dancer, and that she does, and that's all that matters.
no, like it's not Callie pushing her down. It's just her describing her own first experience with this. It's more of an inquisitive and less about a bashing or banter manner.
And plus, did anyone actually see you write in the book? Or did you say it out loud while writing?
I say it out loud, but she knows how to handle a book. She has handled many books.
And obviously that's the only thing she's handled.
Oh, one would assume.
A gentle finger down the spine, flickering at the edges.
Oh, this is great. This is so great.
Parting the folded parchment.
I'm gonna die.
Dipping just a tip into the ink, you know.
Just the tip, yes.
Just the tip.
You
Oh.
don't want to make a mess.
Yeah.
As Callie handles her book on the way to the next location. Well, yeah, are you guys doing anything else on the way, or are we getting to the next scene?
Verity is just marveling at Salmonella's grace, and is actually impressed, and is going to take out her her flute and sort of just play something along to the rhythm of what she's of her movement.
Carly's just taking all the scenes in and trying to commit them to memory, see if there is any visibly magical effect going on, like illusions or something. You know, just searching out for all the arcane and the magic that she knows that this world is filled to the brim with.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, around you as you're passing the market stalls, you can see lots of trinkets that are like, you know, there's little things like message cantrips, trinkets, and you know, all sorts of weird cantripy things. You can sort of see some like little like cigarette lighters, which are like, you know, little flame spells or prestidigitation spells. There's one person who's got the whole market stall of like the latest cleaning products. You know, it's the best next thing, clean anything. It turns out it's just a prestidigitation cantrip in a bottle. Same old tech, just different branding. Yeah, it's there. Nothing of massive note, unless you're particularly interested in trinkets.
No. She has set countries, but she's just keeping a tab on the latest fashion in the magical industry. That is all.
So before we get to the devil's locker, Pop's gonna pull his little doll out of his belt and go, Kieran, this is not a place for you, and tuck it back into his backpack so it's completely hidden.
Okay. So the Devil's Locker is below ground. It's an underground bar. It's a cave bar. So there's a man at the door who basically you have a little tab that you can fill up with currency. It's the latest magical item, currency tabs. He'll give you each one for one silver. You can top it up and head down to the bar.
Litcoin?
So they're basically a credit card. in
Yeah.
a sense.
Yeah.
Or a prepaid card. Okay. I will give one cover because I need to pay for it.
Mhm.
Then I assume I need to return it after I leave, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just put like a couple of gold in.
Couple of gold.
like- Well, now will Kali know if this thing is used just for purchase in store, or can it be used from one credit card to another for like bribing and shit?
It just says the shop name on it.
Okay, then I'm just going to put like 3 silver inside.
Excellent. As you head down the stairs, the tone sort of changes. There's some eerie music here, making a very different sort of scene. As you get to the bottom of the stairs, there is in fact a large statue of a vampire right by the entrance, which looms over you as you enter.
I look straight up at it. Like, huh.
I didn't
Interesting.
know this was one of these themes bars.
I like this place already.
Of course you would.
A shambling barman comes up to you with a stoop on his back and a cloth over his arm, and he says, "Welcome to the Devil's Locker. A
You
table
realise
for
Yeah,
5."
it really should be called a vampire's locker. That's a vampire, not a devil. You realise?
He just begins to chuckle. Table for 5.
Yes.
Yes. Table for 5. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
He shambles back across the room and finds you a seat.
I sit on the table.
On the table.
On the table, yes. No. I sit on the chair, close to the table.
Can I get a bigger chair? I'm quite short.
I can get you maybe a booster seat.
That would be fine.
He shambles off towards the bar. You have a moment alone.
So, this is information gathering, and there is eyes and ears everywhere. Remember that.
As you mentioned, eyes and ears everywhere. Would you like a scan of the room?
Yes, and
Uh,
as I scan my room, I scan the room, I send the imp, which is invisible, to also scan. So I have like 2 different approaches.
So this is very definitely an alternative bar. It seems that everyone here has come in costume or dress up, that they're all into this alternative scene where they all look like monsters. Like there's one guy who's covered in hair from like head to foot. There's another who's she's wearing large black wings. She's got red contacts in, and everyone sort of come dressed as something different. It seems they're all very gothic, very alternative, and they're all sitting on these thrones and large sculptured pieces of furniture, drinking from heavy goblets. And
I mean, Kali feels at home because A, she has glowing eyes. B, her armor is not something she bought. I think it's like, here, take, and just like clasp it on her. So she already looks part of this masquerade, even though it is her default state.
I mean, we have 2 half-orcs, a tiefling, and whatever you are. Oh, and our halfling friend. So I
I
think
am a
that's-
human. I am a human.
It seems like people have gone like one step extra here. It's almost like, is that a Furbolg or a Goliath? You're not sure, but he stands very tall. It's as though he's got some sort of prosthetic on his head to make it look squarer and like stitch marks around his throat with bolts in his neck.
I thought you were going to say a furry.
So is this reminiscent to the Wizards Tower college parties and everything?
Not so much. This is very much alternative scene. Very where the wizards are, oh, I had half a pint tonight. Woo! This is more hard drinking alternative scene.
So
I'm thinking more like the themes like Dracula cabarets and stuff.
yeah.
Upon seeing all of these people in their different costumes and stuff, Salmonella is gonna reach down to her boot and like wipe some like dirt and like residue off of her boot and just take her thumb and just go down one side of her face so that she looks like she's got costume, like some kind of makeup on, just to try to fit in with this, not to stand out as much.
Kali moves her hand at top of your forehead and makes like a pentagram with prestidigitation that is glowing.
On your forehead or on my forehead?
My own. And then and then Kali turns to someone and is like, "Do you want one?"
Hob's gonna take his cloak and kind of flip it off his left shoulder, revealing that his whole left arm is missing.
Oh, now that's impressive. You must teach me how to do that trick.
Kali would like to take a really close look at it to see if it is magic or not.
I don't think it's a trick.
Kali literally does not trust magic. She knows it's everywhere.
Okay, so do we want to roll that out and?
Yeah. Would it be investigation?
You.
To see if there is an illusion there, basically. God damn it.
Investigation, Arcana, any of those. Maybe even survival.
Investigation. It's
Okay.
investigation.
So, investigation 23. So, I would imagine as you do this, Hob, do you get this a lot?
Yeah, that's why he kind of wears the cloak over it, just so people don't look at it. But it's pretty obvious that it's not an illusion. It's the kind of the where the arm was. There's just kind of a jagged stump because it was pretty obviously torn off at some point.
Well, Kali's look is less about shock or surprise and more like inquisitive, as if trying to figure out the puzzle instead of like staring at you. You know?
So, the barman hobbles back. He's got a small wooden box, and he's like,
Here you go. There's a booster seat.
A booster seat in the Devil's Locker.
We also do pies.
Ooh, pie sounds delightful.
Are they related?
No.
Okay.
Do you
Kali,
do birthday parties?
Are they fruit pies? I love me a good strawberry pie now. You got one?
No, they are meat pies.
No.
They are related.
Kali turns to the barman. So, how much would the meat pie be?
5 coppers.
And how big is it? Is it per person?
Well, you can have a slice for 5 coppers, but if you'd like a whole pie, I'll do it for 2 silvers instead.
Okay, so
I will take a whole pie.
you pay for the whole pie. I would like 2 slices.
1 second.
Okay.
comes back with a notepad.
So, I wish 2 slices.
2 slices.
That would be one silver, correct?
1 silver, yes.
And do you have any drinks that are flavorfully named, like Bloody Mary?
We have blood. We have mud. We've got crud and slug, and lemonade.
How much
I'll
would
take
the
a
blood?
lemonade.
How much would the blood be?
The blood would be 4 coppers.
I would take a blood and then look at Verity and say, "Do you want a blood?"
I'll take a lemonade, please.
1 lemonade. Was that 1 pie, sir?
Yes, 1 pie. And a lemonade.
And a lemonade. And you, Mr. Booster Seat.
You may call me Froyo.
Froyo.
Yes. Do you have any stews?
I'm sure I could work something out.
All right, well then 1 stew and 1 lemonade.
Stew and a lemonade. Is that everyone? He looks at Salmonella. Hasn't ordered yet, I don't think.
I can I'll pay for you if you want something.
The meat pie is very fresh.
She's very scared. She's trembling. Like she knows she's not supposed to kill people because she really wants to kill this guy because he's creeping her out. So she shakes her head no repeatedly. She doesn't want anything.
Do you have any kids' meals?
Yes, we've got the happiness meal. It comes with a torture device.
Kelly looks at Salmonella like worried that she might just break out. Like she seems worried that Salmonella might go off the handle more so than Salmonella getting a drink or something to eat.
She's really okay. She's not really hungry. She's okay. She's just more freaked out by like the Iago type person that seems to just he's just kind of creeping her out. That's all.
Oh, and I will take 1 information about the recent ball, please.
The recent ball. You will want to speak to the Don.
Oh, is that Don?
I just call him the Don because I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, so he is Mr. Conoyo.
Cannoli?
Hanoli.
Yes, Canolio.
Something like that, yes.
Uh-huh. All right. Thank you very much.
Just with the kids' meal, would you like it to come with fingers or flesh?
Fingers, I believe.
Excellent.
And I'll have a look at the dessert menu, please.
The chicken fingers and the dessert menu. Okay. And he'll hobble away, and he comes back with a card. It just says desert delicacies, but it's spelt desert like Sahara Desert.
Can I roll perception to see if this is just an act from him or
Yeah,
if he's actually?
of course you can. On a 24, this is 70% act. Does that help you?
Well, he'll lean over to Samana. It's okay. It's all an act almost. He's actually a very nice person.
Salmonella's gonna just kind of look back at you and just kind of like exhale a little bit, like a sigh of relief, but still quite concerned.
As he walks
Yeah.
to the kitchen, he opens the door and loudly shouts into the kitchen,
Have we kidnapped any stewards recently?
Ollie's just enjoying all the innuendos, all the farce. This is a chilling place. She feels at home almost because it is fun. All the innuendos, all the misspelling, everything is great.
A man joins your table. He wears a suit. He comes and sits down and says, I hope Igor wasn't giving you too much trouble.
Oh no. He was being a sweetheart.
Excellent. I am the manager. Your food will be with you shortly. I heard you were asking about the grand ball.
Indeed.
Oh, Mr.
yes,
Don,
yes.
lovely to make your acquaintance.
No, I am not the Don. I am merely a manager of one of his many restaurant chains.
Fantastic. Well,
What does he
regardless
look
of-
like?
So can I put my arm around him and go, yes, we'd like to know about the ball, and kind of just squeeze his shoulder a little bit harder than is necessary and try and intimidate him a little bit.
Callie looks at Hob as you know, there's not the actual thing, but the squeeze, and just slowly shakes her head from side to side, like no.
Salmonella's gonna look at Verity and be like, should I do that?
just stroke, gentle.
Just tease the spine. Just tease the spine. Talking books. We're talking books. He will turn to you and go, yes, the ball. We have staff tickets. They are sending a small contingency of us. It's one of the perks of working here.
Oh,
Oh, lovely. Oh, our dear Nella here. She would love to go see the ball. She's an aspiring performer, and it would just be so lovely to go see it. But we can dream.
Between you and me, I have a secret.
Oh,
Deep down in this cellar, there is a secret passage. Which could take you to the ball if you wished to get in unannounced.
oh, that would be fantastic. If we were to do such a thing, but
Can we squeeze our way through it?
Let's stop squeezing stuff.
It's okay. The back passage into the theater is quite loose. Quite a few people have made their way in and out. No squeezing is required. It is not a tight passage.
That is good to
Sounds-
know.
Well, that's a little bit more information than I needed.
it
No,
sounds
that
like
is perfect. That is perfect information.
it sounds like your employer is a wonderful purveyor of the arts.
He appreciates fine art. You asked what he looks like. He points at a painting on the wall as a fat man in a white suit with a bald head and a thin beard.
Carly looks at the painting and thinks at the back of your head. If it wasn't that fat, it might have been attractive. Maybe.
It's rather rude.
Anyway, I shall leave you to your meal. I can see the chef is coming with it, so If you wish to take that back passage offer, just let me know, and I'll see if I can get you a free pass.
Thank you very much for your help.
And he walks away from the table. You guys get food. It's actually quite nice food. The meat is slightly grey. Not really sure what it is. The blood drink is quite viscous, sort of sweet, maybe with a slight metallic taste. The lemonade is delightful. And the chicken fingers comes out. It is literally chicken fingers. They're just strips of chicken with batter on.
Well,
The
chickens
stew,
don't-
they've knocked up something. They've made some dumplings.
Chickens don't have fingers. This is
They-
false advertising.
They have fingers. They only have 4.
They're toes, they're claws, not fingers.
Well, some would say tieflings do not have fingers and they have claws.
I assure you, these are fingers. I can always stick them into your eyeballs if you want to find out for yourself, though.
Oh, please do try. I'm sure the dagger will never come into the back of your spine.
Wouldn't the tip of the wing technically be a finger?
Well, it depends.
Chef? Chef?
Igor comes running and goes,
Yes! Can I help? Is everything okay
Oh,
with
everything
your
is delightful.
meals?
We were just wondering, do chicken actually have fingers?
Yes, they're there on your plate, see?
Which part of the chicken is the finger?
He holds up the chicken, he pulls back a little bit of the batter, and there's like a fingernail underneath.
See?
How did you breathe them with fingernails? Amazing. Thank you very much for enlightening me to the miracles of modern magic.
As he walks away, the fingernail disappears again. It was a minor illusion. But it is getting late. You have a
Yes.
choice. Do you go to the ball, or do you go to De La Grande's estate?
So according to our information, the ball is in destruction, and the Legrandes estate is where the vault is that has been left open.
I
Correct?
say,
Yeah, it's a fair assessment.
Yeah, Kali would say, let's first go to the estate to see if my assumption is correct about the vault, and then if it is not there, we would assume it is somewhere underground in the vault, in the ball potentially.
That's a sound plan. And if it turns out to all be a ruse and there is no one in the vault, then we always can go back to the ball and see what happens there.
Well, it's less about
Or we can
being a
just shut
ruse. No, that would cause me issues. We want to find the vault so we know where to set up. So we can spring it and shut him inside. Or shove him inside.
Or we wait inside, and then when he comes in, we punch him in the face.
Why not
Maybe a little
both?
bit of humor. Not
Why not both?
not all the way, just a little bit.
let's go take a look at the vault.
Yeah.
First.
Let's go to the state first. In adopting a brisk pace.
Okay, it's getting late. The sounds of the city are dying down as people are getting ready for their evening plans. Nearby, outside, it's not far out to the estate. It's a large, complex building, and you can see It's sort of grandiose in appearance. There is a door open, one of the side doors. A light shines out, invitingly.
Carly just walks through it. Just like into the door.
We're expected, so we're coming in. I'm getting the lay of the land.
Carly
This
just goes
sounds-
like through. Just keeping an eye out for anyone if they try to gain her attention or anything, but
There is a stone staircase that leads downwards.
I go downwards.
Like torch flickers on the walls, creating an iridescent, sort of almost eerie light against the walls as it plays and flickers. The staircase circles around, so you can never see too far ahead of yourself.
Well, the moody light might be scary for everyone else, except Kali has devil's sight, so everything is bright.
I mean,
And she keeps going down.
I was going to check for traps, but
Sounds as though a storm's rolling over outside.
So how far down do I travel as I just keep going down?
2 or 3 stories. At the bottom, you can find there. It opens out into a room. It's a dark room. Of course, with your devil sight, you can see very clearly. But to anyone who doesn't have dark vision, it's a very dim light. You can only see about 10, 20 feet. Across the way, you can see the bright light of a vault, open, large, with a large, typical cartoon-esque cog on it, opening up. Through this room, though, there are some what looks like ancient relics to the side, large tombs.
Tombs,
Yes,
like coffins.
possibly. You have to have a look.
Salmonella has dark vision, so she's going to cautiously walk through the room, kind of around, not actually touching anything, but just kind of around
Yeah,
these things.
These stone tombs are indeed, some are coffin-esque shaped, others are more old, literal, sort of like you might find in a cemetery style tombs, the sort of push back the lid style. But like I say, the vault door stands open, light burns inside.
Just like take a look in and around the vault and see what's in there for protecting.
I have a question, Jim.
Mhm.
Since the imp is an intelligent being, can Kali give it the order, being a visible and flying creature, to have it go to the grand ball and keep an eye out for specifically someone who either looks dashing, very charismatic and nimble,
Mhm.
or someone who is obviously a thief of some accord and is waiting to either ambush an owner or something, so we can have both parts covered. And if it picks anything, to like just dash as close as it can to 100 feet of here. You know, after a while, I assume, because it needs to fly.
So we'll pan across quickly as the imp goes to the ballroom. It's quite enjoying the ball. It's sitting on a seat. It's looking around at all the thieves and everything. There's no one of a particular note here. Someone's giving it some popcorn. The imp's sitting there. It's quite entertaining, actually. The ball. It's rather enjoying itself. But then we come back down into the crypt with you guys. Sorry, the vault.
I'm gonna check the vault itself.
Yeah, I wanted to look in the vault itself as well.
Yeah, you step into the vault. Inside there are many like chests, like small treasure chests.
I don't mind those. I'm looking for other ways out, secret doors or anything.
Okay, I would like some sort of check for that. Maybe survival, investigation, perception. anything else you can justify?
I am one perceptive hobbit.
You are. Is anyone else looking as well?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
look.
Kali is going to look not in the vault, but in the areas leading up to the vault, since she has perfect bright light, and just take a hand, just scan through the walls for anything that doesn't seem a solid wall.
So let's see. We've got
Verity will check for traps.
perfect. Cyber defect. Is that you, Salmona?
Yeah, it is.
So
So the
it's
three
That's
of you, the
Failed.
do the four of you go into the vault looking for traps and things, and
no,
Callie stays outside looking.
I'm
through the walls. This is
I'm
my
checking-
investigation.
I'm checking the door and the outside kind of landing,
Mhm.
and just checking to make sure that my companions won't end up trapped inside the vault.
Okay.
Yeah, Salmonella is with Verity and just checking as well.
Okay.
I am going basically all the outside from the top down and both hands and searching for something that doesn't feel like a solid stone wall.
So first of all, we'll start inside the vault as Froyo and Hob head in, looking for hidden passageways and clues and things. You can see around the vault several things which could be, secret passageways. They're the sorts of things that scream out secret passageway, like a blank piece of wall with a torch next to it. That could be one. A bookcase which looks out of place in a vault. That could also be, find the right book. That could also be a hidden passage. On your checks, you will probably be able to tell that they are not. Verity, standing at the door with Salmonella, you two looking at the door, you can see that there is a mechanism on it. And as Froyo and Hob step into the vault, you can see it start to just spin.
You might want to
What?
run
Huh?
out of the vault. Out of the vault.
Callie,
Everyone out.
Callie,
Yes?
outside, looking at the crypts. You are walking around the walls looking for entrances and stuff, but
Yeah.
what instead you will see as you do your rounds is one of the coffin lids peeks up for a second and then closes.
I look straight up, like as soon as I get it in my peripheral, I look straight towards it with my devil sight and see if I can pick up what it was inside.
And what does your devil sight reveal to you?
Oh, no, I just look as bright, like no matter how low light is. So I want to see exactly what I would have looked if it was bright daylight.
Yeah, it's a stone coffin. The lid just comes up just a tiny little bit. You can maybe see an eye looking out, and then it just closes again. As though something had rolled a very good stealth roll.
But I managed to catch it.
Yeah, you just about saw it. The door begins to swing closed.
I just grab Froyo and
Hey,
yank
let
him
me look
and
at the
run
door.
for the
Let me
door.
look at the door.
I need athletics checks to get out. Ooh.
I was picked up, so. And I'm
Yeah, I
struggling.
grabbed Froyo and just hauled him out bodily.
Okay, okay, if you let's see how it goes. So would you throw him out and then run?
I'm just gonna pick him up and carry him.
Okay. So as you do that, then
Would you throw him out?
Throw yo.
oh, well, YOLO.
Sorry, I had to.
You guys get out of the room. At the base of the stairs across from you, there is a figure standing with almost tentacly a gown around him that reels and rifts and swirls like tentacles around him like dark smoke.
Am I above and outside and I see that happen?
The
what-
crypts are in the same room, pretty much.
Okay, so I saw a crypt that opened. I saw an eye and it went down.
Uh-huh.
And then now at the stairs.
They
That
didn't
is-
walk down the stairs. They've just appeared.
Okay. Ali, instead of attacking it or anything, just going to look straight at it and try to check if it is an illusion because she didn't hear it coming.
Okay.
Investigation to pierce through illusions.
Yeah.
Fuck. God damn it.
A 21. This is no illusion.
The thing I'm looking at is not an illusion.
Welcome, my friends. I knew you would come. Della Grande regards you, but now instead of looking as he throws his mask aside, revealing a fanged face with gaunt features. Let's have some initiative, I think.
So it said Della Grande regards you.
Yeah, it's Della Grande. The same guy in the same outfit.
I'm not even.
Oh, it was a trap. Great. Okay. I will try and tell my imp to scramble back if I can, but it will take a while probably.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, we can skip back across to the imp if you like. It's having a great time at the ball.
Yeah, and then it gets a message like, "Get the fuck back now."
It's watching the middle now in the interval. Right, is there?
Oh, goddamn. My.
Does the popcorn just go flying?
Come now! It runs back across.
Yeah, that's my initiative. My shit is broken today. It's the only one that is broken everything.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what the fuck what is going on.
So, Verity, you have control. It's your turn.
Okay. I suggest that maybe you hold for a moment. You hired us just to come and drink our blood or something?
Your blood.
Typical. And she's going to cast Hold Person on him.
Okay.
Or attempt to, at least. So I need a wisdom save.
Okay. It is held.
Much better. Now, she's just going to look at the others and sort of crack her knuckles and draw her rapier ready for the next round.
Fantastic. So next, I believe it's Hob.
All right, so you want me to do it, Froyo? So, still holding Froyo after running out of the vault, I'm just going to set my feet and throw him at the vampire. Fastball special.
Yeah.
We'll have a athletic check.
Throw yo.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a strong throw. Very strong. They fly towards him. Throw you may attack with advantage and take an extra 1d6 damage.
Since I have advantage, I can apply sneak attack, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But before we get there, as you're flying through the air, Salmonella, what are you up to?
Well, I was just gonna keep running and follow him too.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you can do that, 100%.
Yeah.
They can finish. They can resolve. That's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so... I think Khalid goes before me.
Do I?
No, you go right after me, okay.
Yeah, I go
Yeah,
right
it's fine. We'll resolve this little throw and chuck thing, and then we'll go back into turn order.
Yeah.
So with the advantage, the 17 does hit.
All right.
So to roll damage, just go onto the chat box and click on the word rapier.
Yes.
There we go. And then add an extra d6.
Oh,
Perfect. So let's see. Okay, as your blade pierces the vampire, paralyzed, it sort of begins to topple over as it's unable to move its feet to correct its stance. But your rapier pierces its skin and retracts. There's no blood on the rapier.
I figured I'd kind of slam into him because, well, I was thrown.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you do, and he's starting to fall over backwards. He can't correct himself, he's paralyzed.
Doesn't that auto crit on paralyze?
Possible. Let's have a look. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. Yep. So you can roll damage again.
Roll sneak and 1d8 and 1d6.
Yeah, just hit rapier again. We'll take that. Woo! Another 15.
And the 1d6. It isn't die in the attack.
Yep.
And while I'm at it, I'm going to roll my insight versus his intimidation. Not intimidation. I roll my insight versus his deception.
Versus his what?
His deception.
Inquisitive?
Inquisitive, yes.
So what are you trying to figure out?
It's insightful fighting. I figure out his weak points and such.
Okay.
So I can, even if I attack him normally, I still get sneak attack.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. It matches.
Roll off, or who would it give it to?
Stalemate.
Stalemate.
Yeah, stalemate. You think you might have seen some weaknesses, but at the same time, maybe he's looked too long into the abyss. Maybe he's seen some of yours. We'll see.
he spent too long in the devil's locker.
It's all the fingers. So, Salmonella then, if we go back into turn order.
I'm going to rage. And... why is it not? And then I'll do an unarmed attack. It's not populating. Why is it not populating in chat?
Verity's just gonna shout, "Squeeze him!"
Squeeze him, I will. As soon as I can figure out why it's not populating in chat. Am I still in edit mode? No.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Roll 20 might have been a bit off as they figured out how the character monster is supposed to work.
There
once
we
you
go.
load.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah. Rage.
I'm gonna do an unarmed strike.
I do believe you can go. You have advantage on this.
Oh yeah, he's paralyzed still, so you have advantage. If you hit him, it's a crit. It's, you know.
Oh, but I have to do unarmed strike. I have to. Crap. Hold on. Give me one second.
Unarmed strike. You can pull a weapon out as an interaction.
That's fine.
There you go. A 18 does hit. Please roll critical damage.
Ooh.
And once more.
And once more.
Lovely. So you're hitting him again, and like you carve a neat chunk into his body, but again, there's no blood and things. You know. Well, he's paralyzed, so I suppose you wouldn't be able to tell if he was upset or not. Also,
Well,
thank you very much to Derek for the Nat 1 for Steel Bonds.
Ooh.
Uh,
All right.
hang
I see.
on. Not steel bond. Sorry, I've made a mistake. That's actually for Froyo. My bad. Misread. So next in the turn order then, after Salmonella, will be Callie.
Okay. Callie would like to go to the crypt that has opened, shove her blade in, and wedge it open and look inside. Would that be an action and bonus action interaction?
Yeah, it'll be an action. What you can do is, first of all, make me an athletics check for lifting the stone lid.
Oof. That is going to be harsh. I'm weak as heck. Ah, God. I would like to use my advantage on this.
You can?
Apparently I didn't need to, but yeah, 17.
On a 17, you lift the lid, and as you're about to plunge your sword in, a hand grabs your wrist. Please make me a strength save as it tries to pull you into the crypt.
So I opened, I looked inside, and it tried to grab me down.
Yeah, it's grabbed your wrist. It's gonna try and pull you in.
Wait, is this oh yeah. God damn.
18's not bad. An 18. Let's contest. Yeah, no, you managed to stand straight. You can either recoil and drop the lid, or you can stand firm with it holding onto you.
Is it hand like out and grabbing my own wrist?
Uh-huh.
As it does that, I grab its own wrist, pull it with me as I pull back, and let the lid drop on itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I'll take one more athletics from you just to keep hold of the wrist.
Okay. Good. Man, I swear. Nope.
It just manages to slip back in, and maybe one of the fingers gets caught in the lid on the way down.
Damn it. I turn and look at the other vampire. Or whatever it's supposed to be. And, do I have anything else? Yeah, no. I'm just going to go and stand on top of the lid of the crypt. And do nothing else.
Okay, perfect. So it is my turn. I'll make a wisdom save. Does a 17 beat your paralysis hold person DC?
Yep.
Okay, so it just sort of like shakes and begins to stand. Unfortunately, though, it does that at the end of its turn. So, unfortunately for me, anyway. So that's the end of that one. Now, you are standing on top of the lid.
Yep.
You can feel below you the creature like batting against it.
And Kali just like armor foot like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the crypt door.
So
Perfect.
we go back to the top of the round with Verity.
Now you're just a pain in my side. She's going to charge forwards at him with the rapier, and is going to use. If she hits, she'll use something. I'm going to use my advantage on that.
Yep.
Really?
Oh dear. Unfortunately, neither of those hit the vampire. Leads us
Just going to.
Go on.
Just going to step back a little bit. It's.
Hob.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of rush up to the vampire, set my feet, draw my nice sword, a little bit of a flourish, and just kind of stab it down into the vampire.
Mm-hmm. To be clear, none of you are using magical weapons, are you?
Correct.
Or silvered weapons? Okay, just clarifying.
And I miss, like, just skidding off the stone floor.
Derek feels bad about your advantage letting you down and gives you another one, Scarlet Moth.
Oh, thank you, Derek.
So, unfortunately that doesn't hit. It just sort of like, now it can move, it just sort of sinuously, almost snakes around the blade as you strike at it. Salmonella.
All right. I have a quick question for you. And I am Googling this. I can't find an answer. In 5e, are javelins wood or are they metal?
They are metal tipped and wood shaft.
Think of it like a spear, but pointier.
Spear. Okay. So I'm going to do a javelin attack that I just happen to have hanging out in my bag. And since I'm still raging, would that 19 hit?
A 19 would hit.
Did you go reckless?
Did I go reckless?
I mean, you took the 19, so I assumed you did.
I'm still raging.
It's fine.
So
That's a strong hit. The javelin sails across the room and hits the vampire, dealing 10 damage. As it sticks in the vampire, maybe in the shoulder or chest. Again, it rips its clothes, which it seems miffed about. But other than that, there's no soiling or blood or anything like that.
dang. Okay.
Froyo.
Oh, let's do that opposed roll. Well, actually, I don't even know if it worked or not, so let's just go ahead and stab him.
The 14 does not hit.
Yeah, that's...
Callie.
Okay. So I just like stomp my foot on top of the cover and say, "Stay down." Then I look at the vampire that everyone is fighting. I take my blade out and flick it to it, like a dark hue, just like flicks and just goes and sticks as I cast Hexblade's Curse on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bonus action. Then, as it goes, I bring it back up and shove the hilt outwards and shoot an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, seriously now? Man, this is
Yeah.
annoying. So,
Sometimes refreshing Roll20 works.
I did.
Yeah, sometimes.
+3 +2. This should be the to hit.
Ooh, the
Wow.
Eldritch Blast just passes over its shoulder. And, let's see. Who's done the most damage to it so far? I think it was actually Froyo, wasn't it? With your initial rapier attack where you went a bit mad on him. I mean, there was another one that came close, but yours was definitely the biggest so far. And he turns and he grins at you. It's not a kind grin.
Sorry.
He steps forward and he grips your shoulder with his claws. Does a 16 hit you?
It does.
10 points of slashing damage pierce into your shoulder as he rips your arm away from your body, revealing your neck, and swoops in to bite. Does a 9 hit you?
No, it does not.
How do you avoid?
I headbutt him, knowing what was to come.
You just get your head in the way, just like knock him
Yeah.
aside. You can't quite get the bite off. Underneath you, Callie.
Uh-huh.
More bashing and clamoring, and then the vampire underneath goes quiet.
And Kali says, "Good boy, stay down."
Back to the top of the round. Verity.
All right. once more with feeling.
Also, as you are looking at the vampire in the room with you, you can see that initial poke that Froyo made with his rapier has slowly healed up.
Well,
Does
maybe
anyone
we
have a sunlight ability? Can anyone cast a light, like sunlight?
Kali says, light that torch.
Well, we'll see what happens. She's going to run right up to him and sort of clasp him on the shoulder and try to stab her rapier in.
Mhm.
I'm going to roll with advantage. Okay, so 17, and I'm going to roll the rapier damage, but I'm also going to use my Psychic Blades ability.
Okay. And you used your
Which means-
advantage there, correct?
Yes. So I get to deal an extra 2d6 psychic damage.
Okay, yeah, by all means. Oh, yeah, you can see his head sort of flicker as the psychic damage hits him.
And she's just going to like keep her rapier there and try and keep him in range of her.
Oh,
So, seeing that he's trying to kind of like bite at Froyo, I'm gonna drop my sword and loop my arm around his neck and just kind of like throw him off.
okay. So are we going for some sort of, like, are you trying to grapple him?
Yeah, like a grapple. And
We'll have
Grapple.
opposed athletics.
all right, I'm gonna use my advantage on this.
Of course.
Where did my...
Ooh.
give me a moment.
You beat him. You toss him over your shoulder and have him grappled. Are you like going for like a sleeper hold or something? Holding
Yeah,
his
I'll go
arms
for-
or?
Yeah, I'll see if I can kind of like throw my weight backwards to haul him back off Froyo,
Okay.
and just kind of try and holding him there.
Like, so are you both standing or are you taking him to the ground?
I'm trying to take him to the ground, like wrap my legs around him, hold him all nice and tight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can take him to the ground. You've got his back. So, if that's the end of your turn, Hob.
That seems like all I can do.
Salmonella.
Can't really get him with my other arm.
This vampire is prone. You have advantage on your attacks, should you wish to.
Fantastic. All right, so I will approach again and attack.
Ooh!
Like a nat 20 right there. That's what that looks like. And that'd be my damage, which is terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I've seen better damage.
Yeah.
That's. I mean,
Disappointing damage.
there's a lot of effort gone into that strike.
Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate you not hitting me though.
That's true.
We all do what we can.
Yeah, so your blade maybe sinks into his gut as he's got his chest exposed, being pulled back.
Yeah. That sounds pretty.
Froyo.
Being free of the vampire's grasp, he's going to pull his backpack around, pull out the torch, and light one really fast.
Okay.
And then he's going to be very mad. He goes, "No one bites me," and shoves it for his mouth.
Okay. I wonder.
I believe there is an actual ruling on the PHP about torches.
I think it counts as a club.
Yeah, that does a set amount of fire.
Yeah, it'll be like a club, and it deals one fire damage. Hang on a second, I'll just chuck a club in your character sheet for you.
All right.
There you go.
And I'm going to roll with advantage.
I didn't see it appear there actually.
Oh, at this. Yeah, it's not
Oh,
actually in-
proficiency. That's why. There you go.
Yeah, it's not actually in there.
There you go. Now you've got it. A 10 does not hit, but he's prone, so you have advantage, so it does hit. So we've got 7 total damage plus 1 fire.
Right to the mouth.
Right to the mouth. Beautiful.
You forgot to add your dexterity or strength modifier?
So what, sorry?
I don't have a strength modifier.
So the vampire's starting to look pretty hurt. It's starting to look a little worse for wear, especially with the burn marks around the face, and it's not looking at its best. Callie.
I know. Is it my turn?
It is.
And it is prone, and the one that has been going and shoving on the lead has stopped trying, right?
It's gone quiet.
Okay. So what I want to do is pull out the torch, light it, step down from the coffin, and wait until it pokes its head or hand out to take a swipe at it with a torch.
Okay, so you're holding your action for something to come out of the coffin.
With a burning torch, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
And either a hand, either it opens and I can see him, I want to just whack.
Perfect. No problem at all. So that does bring it around to my turn. First of all, the creature's going to try and break your grip, Hob.
Okay.
It cannot. I guess. I imagine if you do a opposed athletics, it's going to be more than a 7.
Barely.
Just. So you imagine you sort of now tussling now on the floor. It's trying to turn over, just about keeping its grip. It's incredibly strong in a weak way for a vampire. You've essentially got it immobilized. It says, perhaps we can resolve this a different way. I
hold the torch close to his face.
I offer you a boon. Become my thrall, Froyo. You will have the power of healing, much as I do. As you see the original axe blade that Salmonella hit him with begin to seal up.
Trust him.
You get free access to the devil's corner.
The devil's locker.
Yes. And access to my great library.
Becoming your thrall means I can't go out in the sunlight, right?
Hey, the sunlight makes you a little weak, but it only gives you, some ability checks are a little harder.
What's an ability check?
Like, your ability to run, jump.
No, thank you. I have a boat I must find.
I can tell you where that boat is.
I'm gonna roll inside to see if he's lying.
Go for it.
Let's see. See, I rolled a 1 on that, so that's technically an 8, so an 11.
Okay, so yeah, on an 11, some people are open books. You can read them easily, just as plain as looking at them. The vampire is not such. His pages are closed to you, and unfortunately, the leather-bound, pasty exterior gives no hint as to whether he truly knows or not. But a knowing look glimmers in his eye.
Wow.
Hmm. This makes him pause for a second. Still got that that torch close to his face. Now he's just moving it back and forth, debating if he wants to.
Thank you very much for that donation, Isriver. Can everyone please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh no.
Oh, great, yeah. Slash R 1d20 plus 1. Yeah, apparently I am rolling nothing lower than an 18 today.
Happy days.
Just
so
one of those days.
anyone who rolls lower than a 10, Hob, will take full damage from, and everyone else will take half damage from, the ceiling cracks open as lightning and thunder suddenly strikes loudly outside. It would seem the tower has been falling over. Something's been going on in the estate while we've been down here. Things fall, there's carnage, a great crack opens across the room, and from it pours in fire. From some kind of sconce or other source. It's like Greek fire that just hits the ground and spreads. I'm gonna roll 46 of damage, and
Stop saying the devil's locker.
I'd like
Out loud.
and I'd like you all, if you half or full damage. It's 14.
I take half, I believe.
I take half as well.
I said half.
You know you all take half except for Hob. You're just rubbing it in now.
What about the vampire?
The vampire is held. If Hob's
Oh.
taken full damage, then the vampire's taken full damage.
You're welcome.
Alright, they auto fail dexterity checks. That is correct.
So it's now beginning to burn and it's crying out. You don't understand. I have a dynasty to protect, hundreds of years of knowledge that can be yours.
Are we still technically in initiative order?
If you'd like to be.
Kali would very much like to be expecting that vampire to come out from the crypt. She's literally like, come on, motherfucker, come on.
I leave it to the rest of the group. Are we continuing in combat, or do you want to discuss with the vampire? The other one will resolve that shortly.
I say we kill it and
Well,
take his vault.
Yeah, it's a vampire. I'm all for killing it.
Aye.
Also, I'm on fire.
Yeah.
That's Greek fire as well, so it's not just like temporary damage. This is going to be a recurring thing.
Wait, do I
That's
take
comforting.
half? I take half of the half.
You take a quarter.
Yes.
You have resistance.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure because I was still raging if I was taking half anyway, if I was also taking a quarter or not. But
What barbarian are you? Totem?
Hmm?
What type of barbarian are you? Frenzy, Totem, Divine Fury? What is your archetype?
Words. It's still like 5 o'clock in the morning for me.
You're
And,
doing wonderfully.
You're doing great.
it doesn't matter. I'll just take regular half damage. I'll just take a quarter. But Salmonella's pocketed. She has a holy symbol, symbol from her bag that she's pocketed because she doesn't know anything about vampires. But she knows that like they don't like certain things. So can she just like press it to him and see if it does anything to him?
Yeah, sure. We are going to roll some damage on that, actually. I'm going to give you a weapon. Please don't read the name, but
Okay.
let me just, in fact, we'll just change that to There you go. Why don't you? Why don't you? Well, hang on a minute. Let's change back again.
Can I use my advantage on that? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can.
Okay. Okay.
So you hit it. You hit it. It hits. It strikes. It burns into its flesh. And
Okay.
oh, was that it?
That's it. That's all it did.
That feels like it should do more than that.
I mean, it's a particular type of damage, so I assume it does.
It's 1d6. It looks like.
Yeah, yeah, possible. Just 4, maybe. I'll add stuff to it. Do me a favor and roll the damage again.
Okay.
Not much better. Okay,
Not
so
any
yeah, it hurts. It cries out as this symbol burns into its flesh. And as we are continuing in combat, then the creature in the tomb is going to spring up like a jack-in-the-box, like "Bah-ha!"
Do I get a surprise on it?
Yeah, sure.
Yay! And it's /R 1d20 plus 0. I have proficiency. It's a simple weapon, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And I believe I do have one more, even though it will hit. No. Okay, so it hits,
Mhm.
and I guacamole, and that will be, how much is the club? 1d6?
Yeah, 1d6 plus 1 fire.
/R 1d6 plus 1. 5 fire down. 5 damage.
Yeah, it sort of like holds its head and like immediately drops back down, and the stone lid falls back on it again. Like, ah! This is a much smaller being than the other one.
And Kali says, "For your own good, I will have stayed in the crypt next time." Then turns around to the other vampire and takes the actual torch and flips it around and goes and stands above it, and she doesn't really attack it, just put it close to it, and it's like, you might have knowledge, you might have a library, but guess what? You need to wait for my answer. And that's my turn.
So, looks like we're going back into attack order. Someone that has made an attack. Callie's finished his readied action. So, Verity. I mean, if we're all just going to be attacking, if you want, we can all just take an attack roll, and then I'll go with the vampire, because it's not like I'm in the middle of you guys.
Okay. Kali's not really attacking yet. It depends on the answer of the vampire on her next question.
Okay. Is everyone else attacking?
I'm not.
Verity is going to ask a question, and the answer will depend on whether she attacks or not.
Okay, well, if no one's attacking, we're going to step out of combat so you guys can ask your questions.
Verity first.
Why should we spare you? You've led us into a trap. You clearly want us dead or enthralled. Why should we let you go?
You are to be the leaders of my new army. We could take over the world.
Oh, that's so boring.
I don't want the world.
You bad guys are all so predictable.
We could start a book club where we all read to each other. There could be cake.
I mean,
think
cake
he's-
is nice.
I think he's just making excuses though now.
I think so.
What kind of cake? Is it pretty cake?
It is only the best cake. The lemon meringue pie.
That's terrible cake. That's awful cake. You don't pick good cake.
That's
Ah!
not even a cake.
Pie.
So, while everyone is asking sort of relevant questions, but it's more like a whimsical one.
I'm still on
Huh?
fire, aren't I?
Yeah, you're still fine.
Yeah. You
Okay,
might want
just
to
checking.
pad yourself out first.
I'm gonna reach into my pack where you saw me shove that doll earlier, and I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna try and hand it to whoever's closest to me. I think it's either Froyo or Verity. Say,
Froyo, take it for you.
all right, I hand Froyo. Don't. That's my sister's. Don't let it burn.
Probably is about time we did roll that burning damage again, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh no.
16.
I
So
am
wait.
unconscious.
Can we not put it out on ourselves?
It's like Greek fire.
So after handing that doll to Froyo, I just pass out, unconscious.
And the vampire's free. Crap.
I mean, no, there is a crazy chick with a torch above it.
Well, there's two crazy people with torches above it. But
And Kali asks the vampire. So,
Don't worry about the unconscious dude.
Sorry about that. Froyo, could you please roll me a... I think, let's just scroll back up. I missed something there. A wild magic surge for Verity, sorry, and a nat 20 for Froyo. So, Verity, could you roll me a 1d 278?
A 1d 200. What?
What is that?
We're building our own wild magic surge table.
it's a wild magic search. Someone donated to have a random thing trigger. On you.
Oh, that's right. That was Isriver.
It was, yes. I completely missed that.
It is the perfect time.
How do I roll a 1d?
/R 1d 233. It will roll whatever amount of sides you want it to roll.
What was the number?
278.
Ooh.
136. I'm going to hold on for that one for just a moment. The vampire's looking incredibly hurt by the fire. Are you guys doing anything to try and help it?
No.
Help the
Ka-
vampire?
I'm
Kali?
going to try to pull Hob out of the fire, though.
Yeah. While
should be
everyone
easy for
is helping everyone else, Kali is going to look at the vampire and say, "You might have knowledge, you might have stuff, but I already have a sugar daddy," and just shoves it on his throat and twists the actual torch inside to finish him off.
Yeah. Okay, so I think with the extra damage there as well of the fire below him and the torch in his throat,
And
the
the
vampire
Hexblade's curse.
like froths at the mouth. Blood starts pouring out of all of the wounds in its body, and it expires.
And Kali looks at the torch and says, "See, this is part of our deal. Take the wretched thing." As the curse just like fades away, and she helps drag Hobbs outside away from the fire.
Wait, you already have a sugar daddy? Oh, is it Asmodeus? Which Lord of Hell is it?
That is for me to know and for you to wonder.
Maybe I'll find out. And she's gonna help drag Hob out.
Can anyone heal this man?
Kali looks at Verity and takes out the healer's kit and it's like, "So should I or should you?" Like, I don't
Up to
know
you.
what you have. I mean, and she will stabilize him.
Give me a medicine check.
It is a healer's kit. It's automatic.
Are you proficient with it though?
Everyone is proficient with it. It's an item, an adventuring item that a lot of people do not remember to take to stabilize people.
Yeah, no, he's 100% right. Without needing to make a wisdom medicine check, so you stabilize the person. Congratulations. So Hob is stabilized, but still at 0 HP.
And he's out for 1d4 hours.
Can we still get to the vault?
The vault door has closed, and fire now licks around the entirety of the room.
I say we don't.
Awesome.
We really should have just gone to the ball.
I mean,
The imp never showed up. He's still sitting over, like, if we were to pan across once more, he's still sitting over there.
He moved and is like, no, this is more interesting.
no, it's more like it's out of range, and Kali doesn't realize that because it never got out of range before.
Yep. And it's just
I like to
enjoying.
imagine that he's just enjoying the ballet. In a way-
Remembering that they could have been at a ballet, Salmonella's pissed again.
Pact of the chain, 100% use of the imp in combat. Yes.
So,
It's okay, Salmonella dear. We'll get you to a different performance. One with a less corrupt patron.
Anyone have a shovel?
I mean, didn't it turn to ash? It's already burning.
yeah,
in
it's pretty
own
much
fire.
melting. It's a slow
In its
process.
own fire. It is. I mean, one would say it is amusing as it's burning in its own fire of its own house.
I don't know if it did summon this fire.
I mean, it came from above his estate.
The room's starting to get dangerous.
I mean, I believe we left,
Yeah.
we went out.
So the entire house is dangerous. As you climb the stairs, things are falling down.
Who's carrying Hob? Because I can't.
I mean, I assume
I
like
got-
there are 3 people trying to drag him out.
Yeah, you can
Or
work
something.
together. You can work together and avoid the rolls.
Yeah, we are.
So I will let you. I'll give you guys a free pass to get out of the house for expedience, and you can exit onto the estate outside, which backs onto the street.
Hmm.
Well, no payment. We were just going to become someone's meal.
I mean, I got paid. I got free. I don't know about you.
If I
Well,
can
no
get
one
back,
was asked.
if I can get back down there to the vault, well,
I mean, you might once everything burns out.
but then we also have to deal with other vampire
Near,
thingy.
nearby, a nondescript NPC, perhaps in an apron, perhaps he's bald. He like looks around the wall and he says, "Is he dead?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
Is he perhaps bald and similar looking to the portrait we saw in the Devil's Locker?
no. Apparently, I've just got a thing for bald men. He's dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone, he's dead.
I have
People
a
begin
feeling.
to cheer.
I have a feeling we did something heroic.
I have a feeling we got rid of the
Looks like
land
we've got
from
a
someone who
friend.
abused the citizens.
I have a feeling I need a drink after that.
A drink. Yes, let's get these heroes a drink. And people begin to crowd you, and they like start like jostling you towards the nearest bar. They're gonna try and lift you onto their shoulders if you'll let them. And
Yeah. Kalin just goes full of like one on each of the shoulders, and takes a book out and is like reading as she's like, dong dong dong, and just writing down. I met a vampire. It did that. It's weak to that. I should just like. Dong, 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 dong.
and what
Can
do
we
you
get a
guys-
healer? Can we get a healer?
Yeah, they're mobbing him. They're absolutely like throwing themselves at him to heal him. Like, there's a butcher, a doctor, another person who knows anything about bodies. They're all there trying to help.
Oh God, get the butcher away.
Can I get a medic?
And I get the medic.
But they'll heal you guys up. They'll apply you with alcohol and get you all back on your feet.
Nice.
They're offering you more drinks. You're now in the bar drinking.
Can we
What?
get quick passage to see the end of the ball, please?
Perhaps. But one of them says, "Why do you wish to go to the ball?"
I want my friend here to see see the dancing.
I have a better one. I want our hero friend here to have a dance at it.
That's
And-
an even better idea.
They sort of look to one another and they sort of say, they have a dream. As number 136, the entirety of the town will join in with the next song, featuring acrobatic, synchronized dancing, and a heartfelt resolution at the next stage of the quest. And so that they're all immediately they're all sort of going, they have a dream. They have a dream. They're like,
Why not? Let's break out into a musical dance number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Kali accompanies it and just does all the background in different languages: draconic, infernal, common, like just
Yeah.
a symphony of languages.
Yeah, two bakers spring around, they do a jump, somersault into double flips, land next to you, they have a dream! They have a dream!
Verity's going to bow and present her hand out to Salmonella. May I have this dance?
Oh, yeah, Salmonella will definitely give you her hand. Yeah, you go, yeah.
Okay, and as that is going on, Kali is looking upwards, one hand around her arcane glove, and it goes like there.
Yeah. And people are just 100% with that, in sync as they explode. People are like doing flips and like stunts in the air next to them. Like,
Eldritch blast or fireworks.
we pan quickly down into the on-fire dungeon where in the crypt, in this little burning box, there's a little vampire spawn going, I have a dream, I have a dream. I think that is a perfect place to end the one shot. So, guys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed yourselves today. I certainly did. Why don't we go around again? This time, tell us where you guys are from and where we can find you online and all the wonderful things that you do. And also tell us your favourite part of the one shot. And feel free to post links in chat because we welcome that. We want to see where you guys are. So we went clockwise last time. This time we'll go anti-clockwise. So we will start with Steel Bonds.
Well, I'm not really an entertainer or a creator. I'm just a guy. I enjoy games, tabletop, non-tabletop, all different system, D&D, World of Darkness. I just want to have fun. That's about it.
Fantastic. And your favourite part of the one shot today?
Well, it was when Kali revealed to the vampire that no matter what you say, there is someone that can give me a better price, and it's my sugar daddy. So shove it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming to play today. And next around the clock we have that Scarlet Moth.
Hey everyone, I'm Scarlet Moth. I'm from Australia, so it's getting to midnight here, and that was the perfect way to end my day. You can find me at That Scarlet Moth on Twitter. I am in a game over on the Greyhawk channel in the Queen of Spiders campaign, where I'm playing a half-elf druid, and I wish that campaign had as much fun and lightheartedness as this one shot. That was so much fun. I don't even know what my favorite part of that was.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Just the magic of D&D, just pure and simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, one of my favorite moments. I think I'll get to mine in a minute. I won't start it. So I've put your Twitter link in the chat. If you want to put any other links in there, like a Twitch or anything, feel free. So next we come around to Stop That Old Woman. Oh, hi, Kari.
Yeah, I'm Hannah. My husband's Corey, and we kind of do different gaming things. And I posted my Twitter handle in the chat. I write games and we do random things. I'm not any actual live games, and I'm not playing as often as I would like. And so I'm really, really glad that I woke up in time to do this morning, because I'm in Seattle and it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning yet. So I'm really glad that I made it, because this was genuinely wonderful. And yeah, this entire, and I don't know if it was the group dynamic that made it so interesting, like the way that we all kind of interacted together, or how you tied it all together, DM, but it was pretty great, holistically. So
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And what was your favorite part?
literally the entire thing. I don't think that there was a part of this, like, even when my character was extremely uncomfortable, it was still like wonderfully executed as a game. So
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. It's lovely. Next, we have a familiar name from chat, and now we have a face to put with it. Lord Conti.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lord Conti. I'm the head of the Violent Mentalities gaming organization's Heroes of the Storm division. We play games. I love role playing. It's been a while. This is like one of my first ventures into 5th edition. I had to say it was enjoyable. But Violent Mentality has plenty of great streamers. One of our streamers, Effer Hilda, she streams D&D every now and then as well. You can find me on Twitter, Lord Conti. I'm pretty much Lord Conti anywhere. You can also find me on Grimjack's channel every now and again, playing a character called 3 Gun Arizona Lee on his Firefly show. I hope to be on more streams as well, because I love role playing, but it only time allows. And maybe soon in the future, I might be streaming my own show as well.
Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. And which part was your favorite part?
Oh, this whole game was just delightful. But the musical number at the end sealed the deal. Give me a musical number for anything.
Perfect. And last but most certainly not least, we have TMRBJJ Todd.
So I'm Todd. I live over here in Boise, Idaho. So middle of nowhere. And let's see. You can find me at TMRBJJ. Put that in the chat. I don't do a whole lot online because if you saw my tiny baby at one point during the stream, don't have a whole lot of time. In real life, though, I train and teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as a job. So if you can contact me, you can fly me out and I can teach that for you and teach you how to be a fighter in real life. So
awesome. Ooh,
and
fantastic.
Yeah, so and I think my favorite part was the whole book innuendo scene.
I mean, I had to play a character that was friendly, PG-13-ish,
That's a hard-ish.
but at the same time, it is a warlock. It is a bookworm. It's charismatic and pragmatic, but at the same time, it's like, hey, I have this bunch of individuals I don't know nothing about. I might as well just laugh and enjoy everything with people that do not know me. So I have nothing to lose.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I think that pretty much does us for today. So my favorite part, my perfect Sunday. No, my favorite part was either the fingers, because of the way you guys were reacting to the chicken fingers, especially when I put a fingernail in there. That was
Where are its fingers?
Or I don't know, just any of the awkward moments. I'd love an awkward moment. They were the best for me. Like yeah.
Just the failed sleight of hand.
Yep. Yeah, the failed sleight of hand. Obviously the books and the dancing at the end. But also just desperately, I really wanted to use. I can see Lord Conti still got a 20 and advantage on Nat 1. I was saving that Nat 1 for when I bit him, so I could make him into a vampire, but it never happened. So
yeah, apparently Kali knew how to deal with Creature of the Night. It's not like she's studying all her life, right?
Anyway. So, my stuff. Here are my social links. If you guys aren't already a part of my Discord, you should be, because we really welcome everyone. It's a totally inclusive, family-feel society. where they talk about D&D a lot. They teach you if you want teaching. They won't preach to you if you won't want preaching, but they will have a good old chat with you if you just want to sit and have a good old chat. Really nice people in there. I also have Twitter. That's where most of D&D is online in my experience. So if you don't have a Twitter, you should have Twitter. If you want to get a game, you can send me a DM on Twitter. That's where I do all of my organizing, and I'll get you into a game. I will very soon be taking on players for next weekend, which it seems I will be available to do games for, even though I haven't got anything planned yet. So expect last minute DMs, everyone. Yeah, boss has figured out my my wrap up. Like, I think he's figured out my whole stream right now. Like, he's calling me out. I feel so called out right now. There's my YouTube as well. Let's keep up to date. I have a Patreon.
Well, part of quality is, repetition.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And there is my Patreon, where you guys can support me for as little as $1 if you feel like it. I also have merch as well. I was playing out of my playbook today, which is a Academy playbook.
Which I'm getting a nice hardcover journal here in a couple days, and a shirt.
Oh, the hardcover journal. That's did you go lined or unlined?
Not sure. I think I might.
There it is. That's the color version anyway. But yeah, they should be arriving soon for you. That'd be cool. And yeah, that's me. I have merch and stuff, guys. I'm doing the thing.
So legit.
I know. I'm like yeah. I'm a real deal.
Help this man pay for the mattress.
Yeah, please. My back's actually killing me today. I'm not gonna lie, but anyway, that's enough of that. Okay, so I'm gonna go across. I'm looking for someone who's playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Do you guys have anyone? Can you see anyone around that you guys know that maybe someone that I can expand to that I've not?
I have one, but I do not know if they are streaming it. They are more of a YouTube thing.
Okay. Definitely looking for someone live at the moment. Thank you very much for that. For the bits there, Monocled Moose. Thank you.
Most people I watch are on later, so
yeah, I can see. I don't know what Dicecast show is. Why don't we take a risk and go over there? They look interesting. Let's go and have a look. So let's take they've only got 2 viewers at the minute. So when we come in with this with our larger viewer number, we're gonna make them happy. So hit them with lots of hype, guys, when we get in there, because that makes people happy. Let's just spread that love and go and see what they've got to offer over there. So that's cooling down now. My schedule for today: I'm back in 2 hours with another one shot. Then I'm back at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. EST. We're doing D&D all day today. Break tomorrow. Monday, 8 p.m. EST, we're playing City of Mist. Tuesday, Wizards and Wardrobes at 2 p.m. Wednesday, One Shot Wonders with Keanu S at 3:30 p.m. And then Thursday, we're over on Account Roleplay doing the Larkspur Secrets. And Friday, more games. So, see you very soon. Keep evoking emotions. Catch you guys later. Bye!
Bye!